Wet, Wet, Wet put the pop, pop, pop into art. What have Wet, Wet, Wet and 20 Scottish artists got in common? Well, it's all to do with their new album cover. Tommy takes up the story.
Instead of doing a straight photograph of a band which always looks the same, it's always one-dimensional, we thought, let's get some artists to do their interpretation. We approached 20 artists expecting perhaps 2 or 3 to have the time and the inclination to do it. All 20 artists came back, and so we ended up with like 50 pieces of art. Some of them are not everyone's cup of tea, some are very obscure, some are very traditional in their approach. But it's really just it's just an idea. It's a way of entertaining ourselves as much as everyone else.
We were very apprehensive about it, you know, meeting Scottish artists or meeting any artist, I guess, coming down to our sort of world in the studio recording, and then suddenly all these artists descend on you and suddenly you're being painted, or, you know, people are doing portraits, but I mean, it was nice.
Probably the hardest one to do is the one of Neil Mitchell, the keyboard player, but that wasn't his fault. It was his fault because what he was wanting to do was watch the football at the same time, so that was going on over my shoulder, but I was quite interested in watching that as well, so that was maybe the most awkward one, but apart from that they were fine, they kept carefully still. Basically it was in a conservatory and I was standing with sort of one foot up on a chair leaning against the table, so it was quite strenuous for the whole day.
Favourites, for me, my personal favourite is one called Drummer Boy, which happens to be one of me, but it's like a caricature. It's really, really very, very strong, not pretty, not flattering in any way, but it's something cool about it, I like.
He's not easy to paint at all. There's some people seem to have faces that you can just paint in a day or a couple of days, but Tommy I struggled over for about 3 or 4 days until I thought, well, I've actually got him there.
I'm going to buy the one of me, hopefully. Hopefully I'll meet the lady in question tonight. She's very expensive, you see, so I'm going to try and hopefully knock her down.
I didn't actually meet Neil until today, so I had to do the work for photographs, and I don't usually do that, so I was quite pleased when I did meet him. It looked reasonably like him.
It was this painting that was finally picked to be the cover of Picture This. It will travel, along with all the others, in an exhibition on tour with the band in June. But of all the paintings, it's probably this study of Marty that will get most attention.
It is what it is, you know. I mean, you take it with you just look at it and you say, oh, is that what Marty looks like when he's naked?
I wouldn't know.
I would like to think that I would like to think it was just a little bit more fatter than that,
Rounder, smoother,
more lived. I think it's a very, although it's a nude of me, but I think it's very feminine in its approach. It shows me in my feminine side. Did I say that? I can't believe that.
The first release from Picture This was Julia Says. The band were far from happy with the video, but didn't have time to make another one.
It didn't interpret the song properly, it didn't complement the song, it wasn't shot very well, it wasn't lit very well. Do you want me to go on here? I mean, what more can be wrong with a video, you know?
Also on the album is that song from last summer. How do the band feel about it now?
We've had sporadic success throughout our career. This was a song that sealed us in a worldwide status, if you like. There was a little bit of discrepancy, or people didn't quite understand what we were trying to achieve when we deleted the song. Love Is All Around. We just basically had enough of it. We had to kind of take a step back and look at how people thought about the Bryan Adams song being at 3 months at #1, or the Whitney Houston song, and think, well, how did I feel about that song after 3 months? And quite frankly, I thought it was time to put the song to bed. You know, I think all the positives that came out of it, and it was starting to become negative. It was starting to become the song that probably did everyone's head in the summer of '94. I want to remember it from what it was. It was a great song from a great British production movie called 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
This year, '95, we're doing the biggest tour that we've ever done in our lives before, and we're going to countries we've never been before because of that single.
Another consequence of the song was Marty being asked to appear on the cover of Hello. Did the others tease him about it?
Teased him about the money he made in Hello magazine, thought I should get a fiffy, but fact of the matter,
whatever, take what you want from it, you know what I mean? It's mundane, it's throwaway, it's a throwaway magazine. Slagged, who cares anyway? What does Wet 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 have credibility? Has something passed me by here along the way?
That night, the band were hosting the launch party for the new album in the very posh Glasgow City Chambers.
Tonight's very glitzy, very, very glamorous.
As you can see, I've invited a few people round to my small but intimate banqueting suite I have at the base of my house.
It's a way for us to unwind. The album's
play
been
some
finished.
music, look at some paintings by Scottish artists and enjoy it, just something a wee bit different.
We'll dress up nice for it and stuff, wash, shave, perhaps.
As the band were kind enough to invite the Ozone to the party, we decided that the least we could do was bring along a cake, because tonight was also Marty's 30th birthday.
Happy birthday, Marty. Happy birthday.
Thanks very much.
What age are you?
Younger than you, anyway.
I'm entering a new decade. Hopefully, if the next 2 decades can be as good as the last decade, then I'm on to a winner too.